Reminds me of the Kurt Vonnegut short story about the year 2081, where everyone in America is made equal by the Handicapper General. The Handicapper General is a government official who makes sure no one's stronger than anyone else or better looking or smarter. If you're smart, the Handicapper General shoots a loud screechy noise into the earpiece you have to wear, and that stops you from thinking for a while. Keeps you as dumb and docile as everyone else. Recently, someone made this movie about it.
The strong wore weights to make them weaker. The intelligent wore earpieces that kept them from taking unfair advantage of their brains. Even the beautiful sometimes wore masks in situations where their beauty might simply be too distracting.
The story is about an unusually able man named Harrison Bergeron, who, like others with great talent, is forced to wear heavy weights to keep him from being exceptional. He rebels, however, and one night when the government's televising a ballet, where a bored audience watches dancers who wear masks to hide their beauty and weights to drag them down to my dance level, he breaks in. He jumps on the stage and says,
"My name is Harrison Bergeron. I am a fugitive and a public threat."
He breaks his chains, breaks the wooden yoke that hobbled him, takes the mask off the face of one of the beautiful ballerinas, and then they dance. The Handicapper General, here she is, then rushes to the theater and kills him. Okay, it's a little extreme. It's a work of fiction. We don't yet have a Handicapper General, do we?
No one is better than you. Everyone is your equal, and everyone is equal to you.
That was the vice president at the Democratic National Convention. He said, equality is the American creed. I'm not saying the VP has become our Handicapper General, but at the convention he did claim the American dream, where anyone can make it, is slipping away. So it's the job of government to fix that. Well, these two men don't agree with that. Thor Halvorssen and Chandler Tuttle made that movie. So we're not that far.
Well, certainly we don't have a Handicapper General yet. But we do live in a society with a heavily regulated market. We have regulations governing all areas of commerce. There's a lot of the ones that you discussed today already on the show. We regulate import, export, we regulate interstate commerce, and we do all of this with the goal of fairness, which sounds wonderful, it sounds very noble, and indeed it is. We're trying to create a society where we maximize prosperity, sort of on the grand scale. The problem with that is that, if we say that prosperity is our goal, then one side says, well, freedom and entrepreneurship is the best way to maximize prosperity. Then the other side, right, and then the other side says that no, careful rules and regulations are the best way to maximize prosperity. But what gets lost in that argument, and what the film's about, is that freedom is not just some theoretical means to an end. It's an end unto itself. Freedom isn't a strategy; it's a goal. And
Thor, you want to add to that?
Well, I think when talking about equality, it's very important. People misunderstand the issue of we're all equal. We're all equal in as much as you and Chandler and I should not be treated by a court differently. They shouldn't prefer you because you're so much smarter than we are, for instance. They shouldn't prefer Chandler because he is, by the way. Absolutely. or because you wear these great ties that people like Ed Hudgens likes. But equality of conditions is different from equality before the law. Whereas we should all be treated equally by a judge, regardless of our race, regardless of sexuality, regardless of preferences or political views, more importantly. It's very different when they try and treat us, they want to make us equal, equality of conditions. And that is something that the United States is not set up. The United States was set up precisely to focus on freedom. If you want to look at what countries look like when they focus much more on equality of conditions, these examples abound all over the world. I'm from Venezuela. Hugo Chavez, his only goal is to make everyone, quote-unquote, equal, meaning make everyone docile so he can be president until 2030. If you want to look at other examples, and I don't mean to, be cute here, but I've just been to Cuba. You want to look at what a Handicapper General Society looks like? Go to Cuba. Go to North Korea.
Though the politicians are above the ordinary people. Thank you, Thor Halvorssen and Chandler Tuttle. Coming up, what does too much government control do to people's spirit?